on looked at massive news in the world of football today, and I hate asking how something like this affects football when it's such a big world story involving people's life and death issues in the world. But the decision of the UK government to sanction Roman Abramovich, freeze his assets, including Chelsea Football Club, who are going to be allowed to continue to trade in a very limited sort of way. It's going to, look, how that exactly is going to play out over the months and weeks ahead, we have to wait and see. But it feels like a real seismic day for that club and for the game of football in England and in Europe.
Absolutely. I think there's going to be a cloud over that football club. I mean, from a footballing point of view, only the manager will view it as a huge distraction. He has a job to do with Chelsea Football Club, but it's going to be asked about every press conference, every news article. He's striving to win trophies, and it's an external, from a footballing point of view, issue. It's difficult for him. I think in the short term, there won't be a huge amount. The manager will probably circle the wagons and use it as a kind of a galvanising type of thing moving forward. But in the long term, the summer is where it'll count. Right now all the players are under contract. Contracts are in place. They might have some minor difficulty logistics-wise. There's talks about travel and hotels and things like that. That might affect them in the short term. But in the long term, next summer, there's going to be huge problems for Chelsea Football Club because they have three players, Azpilicueta, Christensen and Rudiger, out of contract. That's them pretty much gone now because they probably won't even be allowed to re-sign them in the summer. Players' contracts are going to have to be looked at. Can players leave if they would like to leave? If they can't sign anybody, it's a seismic day for Chelsea Football Club.
There's talk about them having to get Ryanair flights and things like that to the Champions League game against Lille next week because of the restrictions on their budget under this circumstance. Obviously, a lot of this has to be ironed out and worked out, and it's about much bigger things than football. So I think the UK government are sort of saying, we'll get there. This is a bigger story, and we will obviously follow it in the weeks and months ahead. But